What's going on, YouTubers? I'm Kevin0015, and this is The Walking Dead Season 5 Mid-Season Review. Um, Alright, so the first half of the season was insane, and I loved it. The way they ended it, oh my god, it has me on my toes, and I cannot wait till February. We'll get to that later. Season starts off, nobody talks for like 10-15 minutes, and you're like, oh no, in the past 8 months they've become mutes. And then they finally start talking, and you're like, oh no, they were just being assholes. So they find that, they're in the comic book, they went to this little town. I don't remember, it was like, oh man, it was like Baker, I don't fucking know. It was like some housing project. And, they never really did the housing project, but in the comic, in the comic, they found this housing project before they found the prison. And that's exactly what happened, except they had a lot more detail into the housing project. They were just in there like maybe 2-3 minutes, and Rick was like, he's like, we gotta go hunt, because we gotta survive. Drink. And, Daryl's like, alright. So, they went out, they went hunting, and then Daryl found, or no, it was Rick, I believe. Rick looked over and saw the prison, and then, he was like, that place could have food, water, shelter, things we need to survive. Drink. And, they go to the prison. Herschel's, they try to clear out, they clear out all outside, try to clear a cell block out in the inside. Herschel got bit, so Rick had to chop his leg off, and he finally chopped it off, and then all you hear is, holy shit, and then you look over, and it's the prisoners. They have prisoners inside the prison. I'll say it like Chris Hardwick. Here we go. There's prisoners inside the prison. Oh my god, I'm Talking Dead. So, Chris Hardwick is a little peppy little spitfuck, isn't he? But, yeah, they find the prison. Anyway, moving on. I liked how, at the beginning, the first episode was, it was Michonne and Andrea, and then in one place they were surviving, and there was Rick and the gang, and they had that, and then the second episode was nothing but, I believe the second episode belonged to, was it third and fourth, or second and third? Remember there was, you're an asshole. Man, I think it was, I'm almost positive it was the second and third episode. One belonged to Rick and the gang, and the other belonged to Andrea and Michonne. I thought that was really cool. And then, ever since then, they've just been doing both. We got to meet the governor. At first, the governor seemed like the nicest guy in the world. Take it easy. We got food, water, snacks, bed, covers, friendly people. Nice town. Stay the night. I'll get to where it went after that. And, he was trying to get him to stay, trying to get him not to leave. And Michonne's like, my gut is telling me this place is evil. And it's never stabbed me in the back before. And Andrea's like, this place is wonderful. Great town, protection, friendly people. This is what we've been looking for. And then Michonne's like, I don't like it. And so, pretty much it was Michonne and Andrew going back and forth. And anyway, Michonne was finding out little things like the governor had this obsession with the name Penny and exclamation points. He had a serious obsession with exclamation points. 1 second. And, fuck all the little details. I'll tell you, the governor killed a bunch of, and his men killed a bunch of, Merle's on the show now. He came in the second or third episode. Probably the third. Yeah, Second? Third episode. He came in on the third episode. So, it was really cool. You know, Merle's got that fucking... Wait. Merle's got that, steel arm now with a sword coming off of it. That's really cool. Try to make this as quick as possible. You know what? I'm just going to tell you all the big things. Andrea and Michonne, you know, eventually Michonne's like, fuck this place, I'm leaving. So she leaves, and Andrea's like, Michonne! Michonne! And then, you know, they close the door. Andrea stays in Woodbury, Michonne leaves. Michonne ends up, you know, Andrea ends up, you know, oh, man. Andrea ended up swinging 1 foot to Jersey, 1 foot to Texas for the governor. Yeah. There was a thong shot of Andrea in there. Yeah, all those people that missed that are going to be going back through every episode and going, where's the thong shot? Yeah, there's a thong shot of Andrea. She was pulling up her pants. You saw her ass cheeks and a yellow thong. And it was pretty cool. One of my favorite parts, and you can say I'm perverted after I say this, perfectly fine, as wrong as it was when the governor made, after Merle pretty much kidnapped Glenn and Maggie, and Michonne saw what was going on, so she took the baby formula back to the prison, and, you know, Rick let her in. He's like, where'd you get the baby formula? Oh, wow, I missed a big part, didn't I? Lori died. That was insane. And, you know, Carl had to put her down after she died because they gave her a C-section. The baby, Judith, is now alive. Daryl wanted to call it Little Ass Kicker. But Rick was like, oh, I don't think so. So they named it Judith. I don't fucking know. Oh, yeah, after Carl's 3rd grade teacher. That's who they named it after. Wow. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe Carl had a boner for her or something. I don't know. You know. Anyway, Rick's like, what are you doing here? Why you got the formula? She says, I saw an Asian kid and a white woman. And he's like, where'd they go? And, you know, she's like, they got kidnapped. There's this town called Woodbury. The guy's name is the governor. And, I'm sorry. I'm making it, this is wrong. Anyway, you know, I'm like, you know, he's like, well, we're going to go get him. And they go to Woodbury and, you know, they raise hell and shit like that. And, I can't remember how Daryl finds out that Merle's in Woodbury. But he finds out and, oh no, I do remember how they find out. The gang helps. I mean, they're throwing fucking smoke bombs, shooting guns and shit. They get Glenn and Maggie out of. Oh, by the way, I forgot to finish my sentence. One of my favorite scenes, is while Glenn and Maggie are held captive. The governor tells Maggie to take her shirt off, and she took her shirt off. And then he's like, keep going. So she had to take her bra off, and she went like this, and I was like, so, yep. I haven't seen the bottom half, but so far she looks good naked. And the governor got to see it all. Motherfucker. I hope you do die. Anyway, you know, Michonne decides to separate herself from the gang, and they're like, where'd you go? And they get Glenn and Maggie, and Glenn, once they're out of the Woodbury, he's like, this was Merle, Daryl. Merle did this. And he's like, my brother? And he's like, yeah. And then he's like, Rick's like, we gotta go. And he's like, that's my brother, man. He's like, look, I need you to focus here. Look at me. Focus here. I don't know if there's gonna be walkers out there. They could come after us, and I'm gonna need you. And he's like, are you with us? And he's like, yeah, I'm with you. So they decided to go back for what I can't remember. Forgive me. I know you guys are like, you went back for this, idiot. Fucking thought you're a fan. Yeah, I know you're going to say that, but I really don't remember why they went back, but they went back in. And Daryl was still in there. Daryl's still in there, and he was shooting and shit. Everybody had already left. Michonne broke into Governor's house, and she was sitting there with her sword just waiting, and then she heard a noise, and then she got up, opened the door, and she saw all the heads and everything like that. She's like, sick motherfucker. Well, her eyes said that. And she heard something in the cage rattle, so she opened the cage, and there was this little girl come out. She's like, come here. It's okay. It's okay. And then she took her hood off, and then she saw that it was the governor's daughter, who was a walker now. So she got up, and she took her sword, and all yours, no! And you turn around, and she goes like this with the sword, and she's got his daughter around her arm, and he's like, don't, please don't kill her. And he puts his gun down, or he puts his gun in his holster and takes his belt off, and he's like, just don't hurt her. And she's like looking like, what the hell? And he's like, please. He's like, please, I know. He's like, I know you're here for me, just don't hurt her. And then she shoved the sword through her head anyway. He's like, no! And he ran over and he grabbed Michonne and threw her up against the wall. Michonne, they fought a little bit, and he started, like, I think he had her in a chokehold, something like that. And she grabbed a piece of glass out of one of the broken tanks, and she went and got him right in the eye. And then they escape. And oh, by the way, the governor knows where they're at. They're at the prison. Maggie told, so they would free Glenn and Maggie. But anyway, and I don't know if I mentioned this yet or not, but Andrea's sleeping with the governor. After Michonne stabbed the governor in the eye, Andrea came in with a gun, and she was pointing it at Michonne. And Michonne put up her sword, and they kind of like circled each other. She was standing by the door, Michonne was standing by the governor, and they kind of switched places, and then Michonne left. And anyway, governor got, he got wrapped up and everything like that, and he called a meeting, a town meeting. So everybody in the town was in there, and he's like, we were attacked by terrorists. He's like, and the sad part is one of the terrorists is one of our own. And he's like, Merle Dixon. And Merle's like, what the fuck is this? And then, all the guys point their guns at him. They push him towards the middle. And he's like, and one of the terrorists is here. And he pulls him up. He's like, Merle's own brother. So Daryl and Merle have now found each other. Just under some shitty circumstances. And, it was insane. And then he's like, what should we do with these two terrorists? And then, everybody, Merle and Daryl pretty much know what's going to happen if they don't fight out. So they kind of look at each other, and then the episode ends. So does the mid-season. Now we got to wait till February to find out what the fuck happens. What the fuck? What a way to end it. What a fucking way to end it. That's the kind of shit you end an episode to make somebody wait a week. You don't make them wait 2 fucking months for that. Are you nuts? Oh. So now, first of all, I give this season 6 out of 5 stars. That's how good it was. It was insane. And the second half is going to be even better. Can't wait for that. Fuck me in the rectum hole. I'm tired. Wow. Okay. Walking Dead is going to start again February 10th. There you go. So yeah, you gotta wait till February 10th. Motherfucker. So, pretty much that's it. That's my thoughts on it. And there's a guy who's been waiting to speak this whole season, and I haven't been letting him because I haven't had the time. But you know what? Fuck it. We got the time today. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the man who appeared in the latest episode of The Walking Dead, even though it was in Rick's mind, ladies and gentlemen, Shane! Alright, one second.
Shane's gone and now he's back. He's on YouTube to have a little chat. This is a moment with Shane.
That's me.
Seeing Shane again was really great. Now it's time for him to go back to his grave. This was a moment with Shane.
That's me. I'll tell you what, man. First it kills me, then Go ahead, go to the prison. All right, Rick. I see you want to go to the prison. That's fine with me. You know, whatever. I tell you what, if I was there, if you had to kill me, man, I tell you what, Lori would still be alive today. I told you I was a better husband than you. You can't even keep your wife alive. Now she's dead. And by the way, the idiot who was speaking before me, you forgot that T-Dog died, that Tyrese debuted, and then Alan debuted. Frickin' her wife Donna died. Guy before me, I tell you what, man. I tell you what, he's an idiot. He's a moron, just like Rick. Rick is selfish. See, there wouldn't be this democracy crap if I was still there. If Shane hadn't killed me. And this governor guy, man, she gotta be kidding me here. That's a place I would rather be, because that is a place I would fit in, unlike with Rick and the rest of that group. And this guy Tyrese just comes out of nowhere. What do you think, he's gonna replace me? You can't replace me, Rick. Nobody can replace me. Daryl can't replace me. You couldn't even replace me as a great husband. You can't even replace me as a father. And Judith, that's my baby. And you know what? Judith is a stupid name anyway. Who would name their daughter that? Gotta be kidding me. I tell you what, Rick. Tell you what, you're gonna be seeing a lot more of me. That little vision you had of me, a little while ago. I tell you what, that was me. That was me. It was me, Rick. It was me in spirit. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. As far as season 3 goes, it's shit without me. So that's all I got to say about that. Get the damn camera out of my face. Okay, thank you very much, Shane, for those comments. Even after he's dead, he's still an asshole. Congratulations. By the way, Shane, Mr. Want to pick on me about forgetting T-Dog and Tyrese and all that. You forgot about Ben and Sasha, so fuck you. Ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much it. I want to thank you guys. Can't wait till February. I know you guys can't either. I'll catch you later, and second half of the season, you will be seeing more. This was a moment of shame. With Shane. You get the fucking point. See you in February.